That's Mississippi State commit Sam Cozart playing for South Charlotte Panthers, the top-ranked right-hander in the class of 2025. Sam, appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
So you're up in the mid-90s, low 90s with the fastball, mix in those other 4 pitches. If you had to rank the secondary pitches for me in terms of effectiveness, how would you rank them?
My second best would be my cutter for sure. It's my out pitch go-to. I can throw it for strikes whenever count, wherever I want it. My changeup's my third best. It's not super good, but to a power lefty, I can just let it in there, keep it in the back of their minds, makes my fastball play better. And then my curveball will be my fourth best. It's just bigger, loopy, kind of just to keep in their heads, spin it in there if they're on the time for the cutter.
So that curveball obviously is something you have an opportunity to work on during this summer. Is that kind of the focus for you right now, is fine-tuning that, or what are you specifically trying to do in these months?
These months I'm just trying to make everything as fine-tuned and as perfect as can be. With my curveball, I'm just trying to make it sharper, a little more commandable. My cutter, I'm making it sharper, later, harder, and then the changeup, I'm just trying to make it more strikes. When
you see some of these lineups as you see during the summertime, you're going to see a lot of guys who can hit the fastball. I know there sometimes can be a tendency, I'm sure, when you can throw the 90s to say, here it is, let me see you hit it. But are you comfortable pitching backwards when you see lineups that you know are going to be looking for that fastball?
Yes, sir. When I see a power lineup with guys that are committed to high-level schools or even a decent level school, I think to myself, all right, be versatile, use your pitches, don't just try to use the fastball. You'll get beat sometimes with that. But my fastball also sometimes works just by itself. So first inning, I'll go out, see what it can do. If I get hit around, next inning, I'll be pitching backwards more consistently.
There's been so much more of a focus, it seems, with guys on learning to tunnel and obviously making everything look the same until that release point. Have you gotten to the point where that's something you're really focused on, or are you still to the point where you're trying to, like you said, fine-tune that stuff?
I've gotten to the point where I can tunnel most of my pitches. My curveball and my fastball are 2 big tunneling pitches. I'll start my fastball up and then I'll come up with a curveball that'll start up and low in the zone. And then I have a 2-seam that I'll go with my cutter that I'll just start them both down the middle and they'll split going both ways. And I try to have them all come out of the same arm slot too at the same time.
So you're a Mississippi State commit, school obviously just 1 year removed from winning a national championship, but what was it about that program in particular that had you hooked?
Honestly, it was more the coaches and the fans. Their coaches, I've known them for a while. They seem very personal, very down to earth, even though how good they were doing at the time. And then the fans, they are so fine-tuned, so interested with their team, and they're ride or die with their team every single game, even this year in a bad season.
I've seen the video. You've got some gigantic hands. You fit was it 5, 6 baseballs in a hand?
It was 7.
7
Yes,
yeah, hold this thing up for me. You got any other tricks you can do? I mean, I'm sure you're sitting in the dugout. Guys want to see you pull that one off.
Yes, sir. I just like to have fun sometimes. I've held 14 at one time, and then altogether, if I put my hands together, I've held 20.
That's insane. How do you even figure that out? Just, you got some free time?
I'm a PO. I have free time. I can do pretty much anything I want as long as I'm in tune with the game.
I love it. All right, you talked to us a little bit about you as a pitcher, but I want to have you get a ball in your hand here and show me your grip. Sound good?
Yes, sir. This is my 4-seam fastball right here, thumb under. This is my cutter, and my main focus is having this finger on the seam. This is my curveball right here. This is my changeup, thumb under, just like that. And then this is the 1-seam, 2-seam, just like that.
Sam, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much. Make sure everybody's following LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube for so much more of the athletes that come here to show out.